Have you ever heard the popular saying, you only live once? Hence, life is too short for you not to enjoy it to the fullest. For it is perfectly normal if you decide to take a break from work to spend more time with your family. Do a bit of self discovery, and most importantly, travel around the world to countries like the Bahamas. That happens to be synonymous with spectacular natural wonders, scenic mountains, waterfalls, and sparkling beaches together enhance the list and make the Bahamas a wonderland for all. It's the Midday Show live on Echo Television International. As usual, we talk about different countries, we tell you what to do and how you will have fun in this particular country. And today we'll be talking about the Bahamas, the place I want to be. And I have Tony in the studio with me. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Linda.
You're welcome.
How are you?
Why are you so calm?
In Bahamas, we don't rush talk. We drop our words carefully with a lot of due consideration to whatever thing that we intend to talk about. We don't rush talk. We are not fast forwarded. Like, we do things at our own pleasure and at our own disposal, so we don't talk much. So I want to maintain this calmness from now until when this show is going to be up. Yeah. So we don't do too much.
I'm short of words right now, but okay, let's see how long this is going to take.
Of course it will.
Yeah, no,
Unless you push.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying, let's see how long this is going to
It
last.
will, of course. It
Oh,
will.
okay,
I trust.
okay,
I trust
okay,
what. I
okay.
trust what I.
Okay.
Why are you okay me?
You're about to lose it already. It can't last. So don't pretend.
Are you trying me?
I'm not trying you, but I'm only saying don't pretend.
Okay.
Anyways, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me
And-
here on the show, because it's not really easy to travel all the way from Bahamas down to Nigeria.
How's Greece?
I was what?
Greece.
Greece. I left Greece sometimes last week, and then I came to Nigeria because you invited me for the Greece show rather, and then I decided to as well stay back for the Bahamas, judging the fact that you told me that the next country we'll be going to would be Bahamas. You know how well traveled I am now, Shay. So I just decided
Your
to stay.
dreams.
Why now?
I'm out for you today. Yeah, I know how well traveled.
In my
you are.
dreams.
Yes,
In
your
my dreams.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I don't care what you're saying. Not as much as I know where I've traveled
Oh
to.
wow, I understand.
I don't care
We
what
all
you-
know where you've traveled to.
Yeah,
We know-
sure.
yes.
So in Bahamas, we don't really talk too much, and we don't do too much. We allow our personality to talk for us.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why you see I'm being dressed the way I am dressed. You can say I'm already outshining you on this
You can't
show.
outshine me. There's nothing you can do about
Our
it.
viewers, please, just try and
Viewers,
judge.
please
Just
help us
judge,
drop your
just-
comments on
just-
our
just-
Facebook
just-
page
just-
and
just
just tell
our
us who is
outfits.
outshining who. I don't get it.
My fellow brothers. We are not doing that.
Are you begging?
We are not doing that, brother.
You already
Bad
know
thing.
how this is going to come out, right? Anyways, okay, when I was talking about the Bahamas, okay, I think I was excited at some point because when I said we're going to talk about Bahamas, like I just pictured myself in the
Been there.
Bahamas. And okay, when you just tell somebody I'm going to the Bahamas, the first thing they think of is the beaches. They think of the island, they think of what they want to do, they think of the kind of fun they want to have, they think of the food they want to eat, they think of the games they want to do, and all of that. And then I was telling myself, I said, if I find myself in the Bahamas, I think I want to first of all visit the capital,
It
and
is
then
the Nassau.
Nassau. And then you realize that things happen there,
Mm.
like a lot of happenings, like where you go have fun, where you go you do all sorts of games, and then especially when you go with your partner, let's say a
True.
husband or a wife or maybe your friends and
Your
all of
girlfriend.
that. I don't know about that. But then all I know is that I want to go there with my husband. Not even for honeymoon, but let's just maybe a business trip. Then you realize you're giving yourself like 2 days to just have fun, just ease up all those stress and all of that. Just to sit down beside the beach and then just be sipping your wine and do you understand? Like that's just the kind of life. Like
You
from
go
the
like
opening,
soft life.
I like. I want to be Oga wife.
That's why you're supposed to be my wife. Because
No, you be Oga.
Tony entails what they refer to as soft. Like you want
Soft
to,
like
yeah,
Tony.
soft. That's the name, soft like Tony. You have to be my wife before you are soft. But you are being treated. I mean, treated softly.
Softly.
Yeah, that's the
Anyways,
thing.
that's the thing. But if anybody thinks of you only live once, then it means even when you're going through stress, you just need to give yourself a break. Like I
True.
always tell people, I said, if you're complaining of stress, a lot of people are going through a lot these days due to maybe situations, the economy, and all of that. And then you realize some people are not even eating well. But then in the midst of all these things, you can't kill yourself. If you
True.
realize you have the opportunity to travel, why not just take the opportunity, travel out, just give yourself this treat.
What are
Like
you
you
making the money
deserve it.
for?
What are you making the
Is it not
money
to
for? To
spend
spend
it?
it. How
Spend
much is
it.
money?
Hey, how
Like
much is
how much is
money?
money? Like do you understand? So then the thing is, if you have the money, just go and have fun
And
for
what if you don't
once.
have the money and then you still want to
There are
travel?
countries you can go to without
That
spending
you
a
can
lot.
afford to
Yes,
travel to.
like the
True.
Bahamas. I know it's an
Countries
expensive
like
country.
Ghana, countries like Togo,
Who is
countries.
asking you for your
I'm just
suggestions?
saying.
There are places you want
Just
to
like
travel
the
to
J.
have fun, you understand? And then when you think of, okay, now let's say for instance you have the money, or someone wants to sponsor you to travel out and then just to have fun. Maybe you can just win a lottery or something. You don't know how it's going to happen. So then when it happens for you, find yourself in the Bahamas, just enjoy your life. Like the life in Bahamas is
It's very
just so,
friendly
do you
and very
understand? They're
like organized
hospitable,
and stuff.
they're very organized, they're friendly, they're loving. When you find yourself there, you don't think when I say you find yourself in a home away from home thing, it means even in your comfort zone, you can still travel to another comfort zone again. And then you can just find yourself visiting places, doing all sorts of activities, listening to music, dancing, and all of that. I think it's all fun for me because if you want to travel, like I don't think I want to travel just for business. I want to travel because I want to
To have
have
the
fun.
fun.
I want to just give myself that treat. I don't want to just stay in one place, like you just continue sitting down in one place and then that is it. No, find yourself in the country, travel out, explore, just see what is happening in different places, understand how it's being done, how their food is, how their life is, how they live, how they love their family, how they live with their family, and all of that. So I think it's very interesting to know that if you find yourself in the Bahamas, then you have a lot to do.
True. If there's if there's one thing that this show has taught me, is the fact that we like this world entirely is surrounded by a lot of water, or let's say water
Yes, of
at
course it
large.
is the world.
And that's why you like you go to a country and then there will not be mentions of highlands, like more of them, and more of oceans and stuff. And I think Bahamas too is not an exception to such. The Bahamas actually is a country that has about 700 oceans, sorry, highlands
Island.
rather. And then from these 700 ocean islands rather, they have about 30 that is already been
Inhabited.
occupied, or say habited, I mean inhabited. And aside from that, when you have about 700 islands, and then it's just 30 that is
So you
being
have just
occupied,
670
that is
that
you have
is
about
still vacant, or rather
660. It's like you have about 660.
670.
Is it 70?
Yes. Well, how did you do your maths?
I don't know math now.
700 minus
Yeah, it's
30.
670 left. That is, you
Just
have about
imagine.
like multiple of them,
670,
like
of
like
course.
various of them to
You
as
can't
well
even
go and explore.
you can't even exhaust them.
You
Do
can't exhaust
understand?
them, and you should know that by the time you go to each and every islands as this, you should know you meet to find one particular site possible to explore unless you have resources to do or fund all of those things. But if really you are exposed to or dispensed to that kind of funds and stuff, I see no reason why you would have to, probably you would want to limit yourself to just one geographical region and then have your brain or whatsoever knowledge limited to that particular region. But then by the time you travel out, by the time you explore, by the time you go to places, you are as well exploring your mind. You are as well creating some memories that you would probably come back and reflect upon by the time you are alone or you are even old or stuff. So I think it's an exciting thing for one to travel to places you've never been to, or even if you've been there, there is no. I don't think it's a bad thing for you to
To
actually
go there
visit
again.
again. to, because we are developing, and there are likely that there's possibility of you to have experience, or that particular place to have experienced development. So by the time you go there, you see that things are evolving, and then development have already taking place, and then from there you will learn a lot of things, and even your own mind will evolve as well too.
Just
So
imagine,
it's
imagine.
an interesting thing to really really travel, if not for anything. I am actually a lover of traveling. Like, I love traveling because I see it to be a way of, like, it opens my
Exposing
mind. Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
yeah.
it exposes you. Aside from exposure, it widens your mind to other things that you are
Yeah.
limited to, because by the time you are in a particular region, your sense of reasoning, your sensitivity is going to be revolving around that particular region. But then by the time you travel, you tend to be more open in terms of thinking, in terms of knowledge, in terms of experiences, in terms of exposure and stuff. And aside from that, the Bahamas are actually very nice people. They are very friendly. They are very outgoing people. Like, they are so open to the extent that even if they meet you as a stranger, they wouldn't mind conversing, or probably starting a conversation with you. They would want to make you feel at home. They would want to make you feel like, okay, yes, we know you are strange, you are
You're
in
a
a strange
stranger.
land, but then we can as well be your family that you left over there at your country. So they are very very nice, and aside from that, they are the kind of people that like joke. They like humor. Anything that would create laughter, or anything that will release whatever tension that you are holding on to, they will try as much as possible to have you laugh it out. They are such kind of a person, and they don't even such kind of people, and they don't, probably, if you are this kind of person that really take some certain things seriously, it is in Bahamas that you will get to know that it's not everything that you take seriously that actually worth it, because at some point they will take some of these things that you're taking seriously to be a joke for you. And when you are in such a country that all they do is just to make joke out of everything, you should know that you will definitely blend in. And if not you blending in, you will definitely find yourself probably be offended, and then when you are offended, it will tell back to you. But then it tells back to you, you're rather affecting yourself, because as far as they are concerned, they are just at the front of it, but then the impression is different. So which is why wherever you find yourself, try as much as possible to blend with them, so that it won't be as if you are there and then you are not really enjoying whatever thing that you are being exposed to. So that's one thing for me as regards the Bahamas. And again, that name sounds like a country. No, it sounds like a family name.
The
The,
Bahamas.
the Bahamas, like a
Yeah.
foreign country. I mean,
Yes.
country family people. Like when you have countries like, or when you have families like all these Black Americans,
Yeah, I
and
get.
then you like, don't touch the Bahamas. You know what they
Yeah, I
can do to
understand.
you.
Yeah. Okay, I think
It
there's a
sounds.
movie I watched. Okay, I don't think I want to say the name of the movie, and
I
then
know the movie you
there's
are
this,
referring to. I know
and then the
the
family name, the
Duncans.
Duncans. Yes. So just like the Bahamas, and then it's just interesting to know that when you find yourself in the Bahamas, you're going to enjoy yourself, and then just imagine that about 5 million people visit the Bahamas just to know about their wildlife and their culture and all of that. Then you realize that people travel in and out of the country in order to know one or two things, or to get to understand certain things. If you find yourself in the Bahamas, you get to meet the people, and then you get to understand how they do their things and how they welcome visitors. You as a stranger, if you meet one of them, they tend to welcome you into their homes, and then they give you anything you want. Let's say you want to eat, maybe you don't have a place to sleep for at that moment and all of that.
They
Like, they
make
are just so
provisions.
lovable, they are hospitable, they are friendly to people they don't even know. Just imagine in our today's life that you tend to meet someone that you don't even know at all. How do you want to invite that person into your, what if you're inviting a thief,
Hmm.
or someone that has been sent to kill you, or maybe something? But then they just take it upon themselves, that in as much as they know that they're doing it from their hearts, and then they know that they have God, of course, and then they understand that whatever it is they're doing is out of the benevolence of their heart, and then they realize they just want to give you that treat because you deserve it. So then if you find yourself in the Bahamas, you're going to have a lot of fun, and then you're going to explore, you're going to understand things that you're supposed to do and things you're not supposed to do. Of course, when we talk about different countries, we always try to tell people what to
Things
do and
not
what not to
to do.
do in the country, because the thing is alarming. Because something, maybe let's say for instance, you're not supposed to walk with someone, maybe with your lover, holding hands, showing of affection in public. maybe is actually a crime
And
for
then
them,
you are
then you
not
have a
aware.
fine to pay and you're not aware. But then most times we always tell people, if you're going to travel to a particular country, why not just do a little research about how you're supposed to go about things there, and then let's say how you're going. Your safety matters, of course.
True.
When you think of going to a country, you're supposed to think of how you're
Guarantee
going
your
to save.
safety
Yes,
net.
you have to think of where you're going to be at this time and where you're going to be at this particular time. Don't just think, okay, you're going there because it's not your country, you can just go and do anything. If you get away with some certain things in your own country, I don't think you should think of getting away with it in another different country. Just imagine the country we visited some weeks back, when we were talking about if you visit, or maybe if you smoke in public, you have a fine to pay. So just
That's
imagine
Singapore.
you're paying fine for every stick of cigarette. So then you just understand, they said it is better for you not to even go with
Bear
it
with them.
than for you to even travel. So we understand that if you find yourself in a particular country, you get to know, okay, these are things that are
I'm
being
not supposed
allowed,
to do.
and the things that are not allowed to be done in that place. So then when you understand the people of Bahamas, then you know that you're supposed to visit them and you're supposed to do a lot of things. Like you're supposed to do business. If they are hospitable, if they allow you as a stranger into their own homes, just imagine how they are going to do business with you and how far it's going to go. They tend to give you the opportunity to do what you want to do, to work, and then give them the things that they desire. You make your profits, they make their profit, and then you leave. Everybody leaves smiling. No one is going to say, oh, this one cheated me or this one took part of it or all of that. You have to have an agreement
True.
on things to do and things not to do and how to go about it. You're a stranger, and then you just find yourself there, and then you want to build up something, and then you realize you're meeting someone there, and then maybe you start up a business, and then you realize the business is not even doing well,
Flourishing.
or they tend to tell you how it's going to go. So you need to have an agreement and understanding on
Between
how you're
them.
supposed to do things there in the Bahamas. So then it's just so interesting to know that the Christians there okay. I think it's something interesting to know that they are devoted
Christians, and they take religion very seriously.
like seriously,
In
like
fact-
they don't
In
joke
fact,
with
they
God.
take it seriously to the extent that whatever speech they want to make, they try as much as possible to include the Bible verse
Just imagine.
to tell you
like-
how seriously they take religion. over
So it's
them.
more like, if it's not God, it's God.
not anything.
Like someone will always say, it's either God or
no
God.
God. Okay,
Do you understand?
okay.
Like it's either God or
no
God.
God.
Do you- So
Okay.
you don't even have an option. So then when you talk about people of Bahamas, for them to actually welcome you into their homes, that means they know what it means to love one another.
True.
They know what it means to actually show that affection to people out there who don't even have it. In as much as they have other people in different states of the country that maybe, let's say, they're going through one challenge or the other, the government always try to see that they build up some of these people.
And funny
They
enough, do
give
you
you
know
that
that-
opportunity.
Do you know, funny enough, some of their constitutions, their programs and everything is being constituted upon Bible. Like everything they do is being constituted upon Bible, is being built out from Bible. That
That's
is
very
that
interesting.
the
This is one of
foundation,
the
their
countries where
foundations,
you
their
find
foundations,
itself.
the foundation of everything in that country is built upon the doctrines of Bible, which is one thing that I think I can applaud for. And then when you have such of a state or a country that everything that they do lays upon or fall back to Bible, you should know that there will be a lot of development, and there will be a lot of things that you are likely to see differently in that particular country or region. Then aside from that, they don't miss Sunday to Sunday services. They make sure they go to, like, they see it to be a mandate to be in attendance to Sunday services and prayer meetings, and you see people wearing their best dress on Sunday, just like it is here, and all of that. So they don't take anything that has to do with religion lightly. They take
See
it
the way you're saying,
extremely.
you're talking about it like
I'm a
so
Christian.
calmly,
I'm a
and
Christian.
then you're like, you're a Christian.
I'm a devoted Christian. In case you don't know.
I'm tempted to say something, but then let me just keep it back.
Don't say
Let me
because
not
I know that will be the devil trying to use you right now. So let's don't subscribe to being used by the devil.
You know, when you find yourself in the Bahamas, okay, let's say you're traveling and then you don't get, or rather you're not prepared going to church, or rather the things you're going to see there, then you realize,
Like, are you asking me this question? Are you personalizing this question to me?
yes, of
There is
course.
no way. One thing you should know in mind, you should have in mind is there's no way I would
You don't
be
go
thinking.
to church often.
No,
I'm not
who don't
saying-
go to
I'm
church
not
often?
saying you. I'm not saying.
How do you know I
I'm
don't go
not
to church
saying.
often?
I'm not saying it is a criteria for you to make heaven, but then I'm only saying they said the gathering of believers is a blessing, right?
Linda, you are not making
And then,
something straight.
no,
here.
excuse me. I'm just
Okay.
trying to say something here. Do you
Okay,
understand?
in
Can
assumption,
just-
you are just assuming.
Okay, if that's
Viewers,
what
she's
you're thinking-
assuming. Well, let's go with the assumptions.
The thing
Assuming I
is-
don't go to church every Sunday, I'll continue.
Okay, let's just say I'm assuming this. That's what. But we all know what it is, Sha, but that's fine.
It is what
But
it
then
is
the
now.
thing, it is what it is. But then the thing is, if you find yourself in the Bahamas and then maybe let's say you're the type that don't really go to church like that, if you find yourself in that place,
You will
maybe
have
let's say
to.
you're meeting a particular family. Oh no. Like you just wish you want to go back because like this is not what you're used to doing.
True.
Like for you to understand that somebody is just so in love with God, that you're in love with the word of God, that even anything they want to tell you, they
Has to
include
be
God. You
the
have to give you a
emphasis have to be
scripture. Do you
led.
understand? Like for you to understand that they're backing it up with the word of God. Like what is more interesting and beautiful than that?
True.
With a kind of country that is so beautiful, so loving, so peaceful, that when you find yourself in that place, I don't think if I find myself in the Bahamas, I want to come back. Because if you're talking about the enjoyment, you will get it there. Talking about the peace, you will get
Religiosity.
it there. If you're talking about generosity, you're talking about if you're talking about the
Friendliness.
relationship you're going to get with the people there is something else. Like it's just overwhelming for you to realize that you meet strangers that you've never met before in your life.
True.
And then they tend to give you the treat that you even treat you even better than you want to treat yourself. So what more do you
You know,
need?
when you happen to be in that kind of environment, going back home would be very difficult for
Do you understand?
Because there's a way, or there's this huge push that these people would be giving you upon not going back home. Like they will feel your absence is going to be felt, and whatever thing that will discourage you onto going back home, like encourage you going back home, would be something that they would want to really hinder. To tell that they like company, they like people visiting them often. And you said something earlier about 5 million people visiting every year. That is to tell that supposing they are not welcoming, they are not,
People
they are
will
not,
really go
they are
there
not
like that.
friendly. There is no way people will be pushing or rushing into that kind of country every now and then. Then we have etiquette and manners in the Bahamas. Then talking about the meeting etiquette, they said the most common greeting is the handshake, of course, then accompanied by direct eye contact, eye contact, and then you always giving that welcoming smile. You know, it's very.
When I was
sometimes-
welcoming you, you were not smiling when I opened the show. Like
I
you were
was,
just so
I was,
serious.
no,
like,
I was just calm. There
You
is
are not
difference between when you are.
smiling. This is someone
no,
that has
it's
been to
there
the
is difference between when
Bahamas.
you are calm and when you are smiling.
Really.
So I was calm, but deep inside of me, I was smiling.
Don't deceive yourself.
No, I'm not deceiving myself. I'm telling you what it is. Like it is
Okay.
what it is. I'm telling you what it is. So I was smiling deep. There's this kind of smile you smile inside of you, without you not revealing it.
Really.
That was what I was doing.
Oh wow.
So I was actually smiling. But you know, I was looking into your eye directly when you were talking to me, when you were
No.
introducing me. Okay, I'm telling you now because
Okay.
your mind was not here. So I'm telling you
I
now.
was already in Bahamas, so that was why.
Okay. But then I was looking directly into your eyes. So that's one thing that they do. They look directly into your eyes, and then you respond to whatever greeting you want to give, whatever gesture, whatsoever.
You know, I think there's a country. Okay, one of my cousins like that came back one certain time, and then she was telling us about this country, and she was like that if you're going to say hi to someone, you need to maintain that eye contact because it's more like they're trying to see your sincerity through your eyes. If you're pretending, they get to know that. If you're saying
there's a way you can be doubtful.
Yes, do you
or
understand?
you can have a wrong motive towards greeting someone.
True,
Then you will
true.
not have that boldness of
Even
looking
when
the
they're
person
trying
into
to
the eyes.
cheer, maybe you have
on
a
the
drink and they
face.
want to they want to share with you and all of that. Like they want to make sure they're maintaining that eye contact in order to understand that okay, this is actually someone that is being truthful, someone that is being sincere. Because there are people tend to pretend these days.
True.
Someone can just pretend he likes you, and then we know deep inside the person doesn't like you at all. Like
Just
maybe
happen.
inside, maybe you're smiling and the person be like, you don't know how I want you to just die right now, or
God.
I just wish something's going to happen to you and all of that. We get to see that a lot.
True.
But then when you maintain that eye contact, it shows that you love that person, like you're welcoming that person to
So
your
what thing you are
home.
giving out to
So-
the person is genuine.
So at least gift giving, of course, is relaxing. Like maybe let's say you want to just give somebody, maybe on birthdays, maybe occasionally,
Special
like you
days
can
or
just
so.
you can just gift somebody something
You've
like
not,
just.
you've not gifted me my birthday
I was
gift.
waiting for this part for you to just say it. Like
You've not
how
gifted.
did I?
You made promise in the whole wide world, like showing to the whole wide world that you are going to gift me wristwatch. Linda, I have not seen my wristwatch.
No problem, Tony. You know how the economy is, but of course I'm going to still keep to my promise. I don't know why you're
Economy
you're
doesn't
looking at
have.
me like that.
Economy was this hard when you made that promise.
And that's what I'm
Wasn't it?
saying. Like I didn't say I'm not going to get it. I said I am going to do that. Don't worry, I'm going
Don't
to
keep me
remind you.
hanging, no. I'm not hanger.
But why are you so No, you're not wardrobe. Don't worry, I made that promise, and of course,
Okay.
I'm one person that don't go back to my
Viewers, don't
weddings.
worry. I'll keep you guys updated.
And I hope that day you're going to still tell the
Yes, of
viewers that
course. I'll
you
show
have
them now.
gotten it.
Of course, I'll keep you guys
Anyways,
posted.
that's not a problem. They said if a Bahamian will invite you into his home, it means the person loves you. The person wants to show you that, give you that attention you desire. Then maybe they offer you a bottle of wine, a drink, food, and all of that. They're trying to show you that you are welcome. So then I think we've just been emphasizing on how good they are, how hospitable they are, how lovable they are. So then I think other things that you get to know about people in the Bahamas is interesting to know. Greeting of people, like maybe someone, you maintain the handshake, and then good manners for women and all of that, you maintain eye contact, and all these things are actually acceptable communication with them. Of course, you need to maintain a verbal communication, like an understanding you need to have with one another, knowing fully well that the language you're speaking is acceptable in that place. Now, okay, I think their official language is English,
Yeah, true.
and then you understand that you're going to speak the right thing. Don't just end up doing, okay, you said something like they love jokes.
Yes.
It's good to know that people with such understanding, when you find yourself in such a place, even if you're a sadist, I'm sorry, you have to change.
You have to chill.
Like, you don't have a choice
You
than to
definitely
change,
chill.
because you realize you're meeting people. They said if you cannot be like the Romans, I mean, if you're in the Rome, you have to live like the Romans. So then whatever it is you're doing, if you find yourself in the Bahamas, even if you don't smile at all, you've never smiled in your life, you find yourself
Abba,
smiling and
that's-
laughing.
That's too
Then,
extreme.
of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if it's that bad that you don't even smile, you've never smiled about anything, even if you're a sadist, if you find yourself in the Bahamas, then I'm sorry, you don't have a choice than to smile, because even the way they will treat you will give you a second thought. You just understand, okay, fine, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, oh, it's actually beautiful for one to smile. Do you know how beautiful you look when you smile? Do you know how interesting it is for someone to see you smiling, for someone to understand that he is making you happy? Like, it's just an interesting thing. Like, I'm just excited knowing fully well that if you find yourself in this particular country, you know
You
that
don't
you
have
have
no
nothing.
reason
Do
than to
you
smile.
understand?
You don't have no option. Then we have the business meetings where you arriving on time. And then promptness is actually one of the important things that find differences in the approach of meeting times and then deadline depending on the age of your business and associate and stuff like this. That's to say that promptness to meetings to business appointments are
They
very
keep to
very
time.
are very key. That you don't just you cannot be given an appointment then you come or you arrive there late. It's very wrong ethically, and these are some of the things that they really uphold to their own heart. Aside from that, they said other business people or those who work in smaller companies may not be on time, especially if they are speaking with someone else, since it would be rude to hurry another person. They will treat you with the same respect when they are meeting with you. That is, they ensure that their respect to everybody is neutral. Like, you don't have higher respect to another person and then give another person a lower respect. Like, everything just neutral. That is to say that they don't give segregation to anything. They treat everybody equally. And that's one thing I like about them. And I think they said their cultures are very strongly, like, they're actually being influenced by US and UK. So meetings will reflect a combination of these cultures. We are living in a very modernized and civilized world where we have, to some extent, should I say, we've forsaken our culture and then embraced civilization or westerners. So there is no way that you not see the influences of all of these their cultures, the westerners culture, in our meetings and stuff. And aside from, you said something about language. English is not really there. It's not only the official language. They have a language called Creole. Creole is more of like an advanced way of speaking pidgin. So, and to some extent it is grammatic, that's grammar, but then it is English, but then not really really English. Like, where you have some of your native languages being coined, or should I say being mixed or
Together.
being embedded inside English, and then the tone and the phonation
Okay.
of everything is different from the normal English. So I think that's one of the language they use as lingua franca, that is something that is widely accepted in that country. So continue. I've educated you.
You've started, right? Okay. Anyways, we've said a lot of things about the Bahamas, and then I think I have the best things to do in the Bahamas, and then the activities and all of that. We have the pink sand beach, of course. and then it's one of the places that you want to find yourself, whatever, however. If
Like,
you find yourself in the Bahamas, don't
like
miss this place,
this pink,
because
this pink beach. But I don't know. But how is nature this funny?
do you understand?
Like all we are used to is either the normal white sand, or maybe some places that you see a lot of black sand, which can be influenced by maybe volcanic or whatsoever. But then having a
Pink,
pink
yeah, pink
beach, like
sand beach, yeah.
it's a
They said
mystery
it's
to
a
me.
charming beach, like it's a
Of
place
course,
where
that's
you want to
there's
find it
this
because
way
of what's
pink.
pink.
There's this way the color of pink had beauty to.
I will still say this is still weird for a man to love pink.
You can say that again.
But he
But it's
said
not
it
been
is
reflective on me.
undoubtedly gorgeous for you to find yourself in the pink beach. And then, but don't be fooled by the overfiltered snaps floating over Instagram. Said the beach features a unique mix of coral and then broken shells and rocks, calcium carbonate with coarse sparkles of pink fragments to mix with normal colored sand. It's a place for you to find yourself to just sit beside it. Maybe if you want to just they said how the sun falls on it, the entire beach can glow pink, making for a truly sensational contrast with the blue water. Just imagine the pink sand and then blue water, and then
Like,
how
look at it
beautiful
now.
it is. Head to the beach early or in the later part of the day to avoid the crowds. There is no public transport to get here, so you will have to drive or walk to this place. And it says it's about 7 minute drive north from the Dunmore town. So wherever it is you are, if you find yourself in this, like, just see how beautiful this is. Like,
This is
they
kind
said
of
just,
sight. This are kind of scene or sight you see and you be like, God, when?
do you understand? Like, where will I find myself in this place? Like,
God,
if you
where?
find yourself, like, just for you to have the fun, if you find yourself in this place, like, you just enjoy it. Like, I don't understand. Like, the feeling is just
You
something
don't have to
else. Do you
understand.
understand?
It's a mystery. You don't have
It's
to
a
understand.
mystery that you don't have to understand. But then just have the fun. So in order for you to avoid the crowd in that place, like, just go early so that you can just be in a very beautiful position and all of that.
Take your
Like,
pictures and
starting of
stuff.
pictures and all of, like, just imagine you find yourself in that place. God, I just don't want to imagine
I
it.
know, right? I know the feeling, but don't worry. One of these days, I'm actually thinking of taking you to Bahamas because I know how intentional you are. Sorry, how intentional you are about to visiting there. But let's see, let's what will happen.
Don't know if I'm going to follow your own in this life, but I'll never go anywhere. I
So
don't want to follow
you mean I'm
you.
hopeless?
Yes. Not from my mouth.
Well, we have the Bahamas' best casinos. They said the Nassau remains the king of casinos in the Caribbean, and then the flagship Atlantis resort is one of the good reasons. But other resorts such as the Bahama, also on the Nassau, are giving resorts and casinos a run for their money. Then this Bahama sparkling casino has an impressive about 30,000, ten thousand
100,000.
square feet of gambling space with a high-end Vegas feel, and the Atlantis Casino follows close behind at 60,000 square feet. These both casinos have superb sport books and offer a mixture of high energy luxury, with the Bahama also looking out at gorgeous views of the ocean, and then get stuck into the glamorous gambling life in these grandiose settings, and then make sure to look out for special events and tournaments. That is that there are a lot of activities you can get yourself engaged in. Is it football you want to be engaged in? Is it tournament you want to be there for? Is it special event like birthday ceremonies, wedding ceremonies, stuff, naming ceremonies, burial ceremonies, everything ceremony you can
Everything ceremony.
you can achieve them.
Anyways,
You can achieve them here. Like there are actually two. They just mentioned that one is on the Nassau, which is
Nassau.
the capital city, and then they have other one which they refer
In
to
the
as the
Bahama.
Bahama, not Bahamas, but then Bahama. These two casinos are very beautiful, and they are places that by the time you go there, it will leave you with nothing but wonder. You'll just be wondering, God, how did you create? No, sorry, God, how did you give these people this intellect of creating wonders as such as this? That will be the question you'll be asking them. I know you're already imagining. I know how you think. I can control how you think. That's me, Tony. Yes.
wow. Anyways, before you continue what you're saying, I think we need to take a time out.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, because we'll be saying a lot about the Bahamas, and we've been telling you everything you need to know. Okay, not really everything, but some of the things you need to know about the Bahamas. But then, if you still want to know more, please just sit back, relax while we take this time out. When we come back, we'll tell you more you need to know. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's still the midday show live on Elka Television International. I hope you're having fun. If you're just joining us, please don't go anywhere. Just continue listening to us and have fun and plan a trip to the Bahamas. I'm sure you will love it, just the way we are discussing about it today with Tony. Welcome back, Tony.
In case anybody has the intention of traveling to Bahamas, just call up on me. I could be your guide, your travel guide.
Oh, shit.
Honest or tour guide rather. Because I'm familiar with the place now, I'm familiar with traveling. I just told you I'm well traveled.
In your dreams.
Not in my dreams.
I said it
in
earlier.
reality.
Anyways, another
Don't
place,
spoil
another
my
thing.
market for me. Viewers, she's joking. I'm well traveled.
In your dreams, I will still say it. The Lucayan National Park is actually a place that if you want to go to have maybe let's say picnics, or maybe let's say you want to just go there to have a discussion, maybe you want to go and see the wildlife and all of that, find yourself in the Lucayan National Park. And then they said the national park, it comprises of 40 hectares of lush thriving nature and stands out among the two other parks that is found on the island. And then this treasured national park contains one of the largest underwater cave systems in the world entirely, with two caves, Ben's Caves and then the Burial Mound Cave, accessible to visitors via a short footpath. So of course, if you're a visitor, you can still find yourself in this place. Like it's accessible to you. You don't need to stress it out.
The
And
largest
then
water underwater.
history buffs will be intrigued to hear that bones of the island's earliest inhabitants and then the Lucayans were found in Burial Mound Cave in the 1986, home to all 6 of the Bahamas vegetation zones. The park unsurprisingly hosts several enchanting mangrove trails which spill out onto the secluded and magical Gold Rock beach. Watch out for cheeky raccoons who will steal your food at any chance they can get. So of course,
These ones are thieves. So watch out for
so if
them.
you keep your food anyhow, like you feel like you get so excited, like you're just seeing something and then you're just like,
There are some
before you
creatures
come
that
back,
will help you
some
safeguard
creatures.
them.
So
They will
then
safeguard
if
them for you.
you find yourself in the Lucayan National Park, just take care of your properties. Don't get carried away by going to see some new things. Maybe you want to experience something and all of that. Just be careful with where you go to and then the things you do.
This is a place that when you call nature, it best define nature
Sure.
for you. And there is something that you said earlier that actually strike me. And I think the thing is the fact that this place has a cave, like underwater cave, that happens to be the largest in the whole of the world.
Honestly.
And I'm like, wow. I think it's somewhere that one have to visit. When I was doing my research, I saw a picture of what the inside of the cave looks like. The inside of the cave has more of like an opening inside, where even if you want to do, maybe you want to do any show or maybe any theater art show or stuff, you can still have it done there, because there are a lot of seats, chairs that are arranged inside where you can.
Anyways, thank God it's accessible to visitors. So
Yeah,
there's
so
no
in
problem.
case several person that has the intention of doing anything river related or water related event, you can have it done there with your full chest.
Anyways, we have another thing to do again. We have the Tropic of Cancer Beach.
When I heard this cancer thing, my mind was
Going somewhere else, right?
But then it's not what it is. Oh, it's not what the name implies. It implies something different.
They said the Cancer Beach offers a getaway that's amongst the most iconic in the Bahamas, with gorgeous landscapes, clear waters, endless stretches of sand, and then quiet surroundings. This beach is about 20 minutes by car from Great Exuma and is secluded stretch of sand and surf. that tends to be quiet and serene place, even when crowded. Like, just imagine, even when crowded, but then it's still calm, like it's still quiet. Like, you don't need to hear everybody arguing or trying to say something
It's
and
a
all
very
of that.
big, it's a very big and large beach now, so there is space for everybody
And then
to
you
fit
you
in.
won't you won't find many shops or restaurants around here, so then be sure to pack your snacks, food, and other
Yeah,
requirements.
it's
So this is
actually
more like an advice to you, Tony.
it's
If
very
you
far. It's very
if
far from the main town.
yes, and then you can't find shops or restaurants, so that's to tell you
Why are
you
you
need to
advising me?
prepare.
Why are you
I'm
advising me?
just saying, like, you need to prepare.
Did I look
So,
like
like,
someone that look
the
that
plans.
want your advice?
We all know you want it. We all know that this is one of the things I tell you every time. Like, prepare ahead
Mommy
of
Linda,
time.
carry on.
You understand? Like, when you find yourself in this place, like, you don't need to think twice.
Auntie
Like,
Linda,
if you want water, you have. If you want mineral, if you
raise
want
raise
food, if you want
raise
anything. So just prepare yourself in case you find yourself in this place. Then just know that everything you have is available. So you don't need to go back to go and get something because you stress
The
yourself
impression
driving
you are
and all
giving
of
to the
that.
minds of these viewers, I'm pitying them. I'm pitying them. Then we have the Danes Blue Hole. The Blue Hole. They are descending to the depth of 202 meters. This Dane Blue Hole is one of the deepest known marine caverns found in Bay west of Clarence Town on Long Island. And that a blue hole is name given to sinkholes that are submerged in water and have entrances beneath the surface. That is, when I saw this picture, it reminded me of one particular sport that my dad used to talk about. That is more of like a triangle. Like the sport is like a triangle. Like it's actually a water body, but it has a triangle shape. That anything that passes on top of it, that there is this force
That will drag it
that will
inside.
drag it
I think
inside.
I saw a picture of that. Yes, I think I have a picture of that.
So when
on
I
my
saw it, I
phone.
was thinking maybe it's the same thing,
Oh,
but no,
okay.
it's
No,
not.
people still go into it and all
That
of
one?
that. No,
This one, yeah.
Yes.
It's very deep. They say just say it's very deep. So it's a place that if you are not a lover of water
Don't find
and
yourself
you can't,
there.
no, not that
can't
not that
swim.
you can't swim. If you've not been taught from
How
your
to-
100 level to 400 level on how to swim, don't go here.
Because swimming
Don't
is a
be
course entirely.
Don't visit this place because it is very deep.
Honestly, it's very deep. And then this natural wonder is a sight to behold, with a deep blue, and then contrasting gorgeously with the bright aqua hues circling it. Wade in the shallow waters to the edge of the blue hole and safely swim across the 35-meter wide hole, where you will find many professional free divers attempting to break or set world records. For a bit of fun of your own, climb the base surrounding the cliffs and get a whiff of adrenaline by jumping off into the sea. I cannot do that.
They are just advising you in case you don't know how to just stay on the
I will
cliff.
just
Don't
stay
jump.
there.
Just be on the top of the cliff.
I'm just
What-
imagining myself
Like have your eyes filled with whatever wonders you want to see, but
really,
don't jump.
the Bahamas.
Water can be very cold. It can be very cold. It can be very
True,
attracting,
true,
but then don't
true,
fall
very
victim.
true, very true. But seriously, the Bahamas is actually a beautiful place to visit.
Absolutely.
And then when you talk about things to do, like, you can never go out of anything to do in the Bahamas. They said the Arawa Cay, or on the Nassau Island, that's their local food, fish fry. They said the Arawa Cay, also known as fish fry, is popular for its local eateries on West Bay Street.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Arawa Cay on the island,
Okay.
on the Nassau Island. Anyways, I think we're going to talk about food now. But then, before we talk about food, they said what not to do when visiting the Bahamas.
Very important.
Said don't call the locals by first name.
Like,
They
don't
always
call me
prefer.
Ghana by my first name. When we
Okay,
get to
I'll call you.
Bahamas.
Okay,
Call me too. Don't call me Ghana.
okay. Then don't
Call
call
me
me
too.
Linda too.
Did you know your name?
No.
I should call you Philip.
Yes.
I can't call you Philip because Philip is my
Said you call people by. Really? So, oh wow.
That's my last name. I can't call you Philip.
He said they are very formal when it comes to strangers and address the people by last names unless considered as a close friend. And then don't get uptight with jokes. Bahamians have great sense of humor and won't hesitate to crack jokes
At your expense.
at your
I just
expense.
said it.
So then, if you're the one that don't like jokes,
You
if
don't
they tend
take,
to joke
you
with you,
don't
you
take
get angry.
life so
That's your
serious.
business.
You don't take life so seriously.
And then don't wear beach wear outside the beach. It has to be on the beach. So then don't wear beach wears outside. Don't just go and start working with bikinis around. They will send you back.
They'll deport. No, you are using a foreign word. They will deport you back.
So just don't get carried away. And then
Don't be
don't be
surprised.
surprised. Locals use verses from the Bible during speeches. We said that earlier. Then don't go out without having some cash, of course, because maybe you might just. Some people will tell you, "I can't just go out without holding
Having
money."
cash.
Before you go and hit somebody, and then you don't have
Me,
money to pay.
I prefer no travel. Like I prefer going out without having cash
Why?
because
So what if you hit somebody selling granules? How do you want to pay the person?
that's a way of me minimizing how to spend.
Anyways, and then don't leave anything on the plate when eating at someone's house,
Mm,
so you don't appear
Appear
wasteful.
wasteful. True.
Of course, like I think I always tell these people, like if they're going to dish a food for you, like just tell the person, okay, I don't want much. Or if they bring it without telling you and you know you're not going to finish that, just ask them to
Kindly ask them
reduce
to
it.
reduce
Of
it.
course, then so you don't just appear like you're wasting their food.
Mm.
These days we know how people struggle to get food. So then if you find yourself in someone's house and he offers you food, if you can't finish it, why not just tell them to just divide it into two so you can just finish that one peacefully? Don't waste their
And
food,
if it's the
because
one that you want to still
some
eat
people
on,
might not eat it, because once you leave the food in the place, no one will eat it.
True.
Except maybe if you're a close friend, then it's not everybody that wants to eat a leftover meal. So then try to respect the fact that if you find yourself in someone's house, just eat the little you can. But then if you can't eat much, just ask them to reduce it in order to respect what they do. Don't leave your drink unattended at the bar or accept drinks from strangers. It might get some special blends in, so you won't remember anything from that night.
True.
It's very dangerous. I still tell people today, maybe you're sitting down with friends around table, even if you're alone, maybe you
In fact,
want to squeeze
switch.
yourself, go with
You
it.
can even switch drinks in case
Do you
because you can't trust
truthfully,
anybody.
you can't trust anybody. So then this is more like an advice they've been given to people, and then so then why not just hearken to that? Don't forget to negotiate your taxi ride price before you take it. Not just in the Bahamas, but anywhere you find yourself. Don't go and start fighting with the taxi driver. This is the amount of money I thought I was supposed to pay,
Okay.
why you did not have any
Ask
agreement with that
questions
person.
first
Ask
before you
questions
enter.
first.
They
So then
said,
we're going to talk about food.
so why did you pause? Because you thought I was going to talk first.
Yes.
When we have the conch salad actually. Now this refers to a famous Bahamian dish made with uncooked conch meat. You can think of it as a type of conch ceviche made with diced conch meat, denatured in a mixture of key lime juice, bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, and orange juice from a freshly squeezed sour orange. And then this conch salad is typically served as an appetizer or side dish and goes very well with Bahamian cocktail like the yellow.
Correct.
You know, this food is more of like I think
It's a fruit
it's
salad.
a fruit
That's
salad
all.
actually.
Like
I
that's
know
just
there's
it.
there's a way this kind of food hits you differently when you are eating it. You haven't tasted it before.
This fruit salad, I've tasted it.
Okay, I'm just asking
Because
because
there's
the
the
feeling
bell
you get.
peppers, tomatoes, onions, and orange juice
I
from
had
a
something
freshly
like this
squeezed sour
yesterday.
orange.
I had
So
something
like
like this
I had
yesterday.
something like this yesterday too.
Okay, you saw me when I was buying it now.
No, I did not see you, but I
Why,
had my
why are
own.
you making me feel as if I'm lying? Linda, you saw me yesterday.
I saw you. Yes, I
This
saw
is
you.
not fair.
No, I saw you. Anyways, we have conch fritters. And then they are another popular conch dish in Bahamian cuisine, typically served as an appetizer again, and then snack or side dish. Is that these golden conch nuggets are made with a batter consisting of conch meat, bell peppers, onions, celeries, and seasonings. The batter is deep fried to golden brown and then served with a dipping sauce made with ketchup, mayonnaise, lemon juice, seasonings, and hot pepper sauce.
This one is like local made no moi moi
Buns.
no buns
What?
akara.
Akara. Yes, actually, yeah.
It looks like an akara, but then it's different anyway. Like you just said the procedures that one will have to go through in order to make this. So you know, going by the procedure alone, it tells how important. I mean, how tasty this can look or this can taste and all of that. Then after that, we have the conch.
Cracked conch.
Sorry, I was in number 4. Crashed conch. Then similar to fried clams or fried calamari, cracked conch is made with tender,
Tenderized conch.
tenderized conch meat that's been coated in a seasoned batter and then deep fried. Because of its naturally tough and sturdy texture, Conch meat greatly benefit from being pounded or chopped up into small pieces before
Okay.
cooking. And then like conch fritters, cracked conch is typically enjoyed as a snack or side dish, which is usually with a spritz of fresh lime juice, and then a side of Creole sauce.
In Bohemian cuisine, cracked simply refers to anything that's been coated in butter and deep
This
fried.
does this didn't look. It doesn't
That's for
sound
you, but then it could be that okay, they said it can be served as
side chicken.
side. That is
Side
what
dish,
is in your head.
side dish,
Like,
side dish.
anyways, that aside, we have the Bohemian fish stew. He said if you're one of those people who thinks breakfast is the most important meal of the day, then you are
You're
probably
probably
wondering
wondering.
what do people eat for breakfast in the Bahamas? What is a typical Bohemian breakfast? Well, you are looking at it, a breakfast of fish stew may sound odd to Westerners, but in the Bahamas, it's perfectly normal. Like the Bahamians love breakfast and they enjoy filling themselves up with savory meals like the Bahamian boiled fish, tuna and grits and sauce, the Bahamian soup. Then the Bahamian fish stew is a Creole dish that was brought to the Bahamas by the Creole immigrants from Haiti. Similar to New Orleans gumbo, it's made with the grouper or snapper that's rubbed with salt and hot peppers before being marinated in a mixture of lime juice, allspice, and then freshly squeezed sour orange juice. It's more like another meal again. They said if you are one who thinks breakfast is important, then this is one of the things that the Bohemians believe as well.
Wow, Omo, I did chop this one. Because
Fish stew.
when I was seeing the picture, I was like, wow, this will taste very very delicious. Like, when you have like when you carry spoon or fork or something to help yourself to transport from the plate to your mouth. That feeling, that
Like that
distance,
process.
that
It's more like you're
process
wasting time,
is
right?
like anticipation. That anticipation of you, like it entering your mouth eventually and stuff, is just something that you can't wait for. Or I
Actually.
can't wait for actually. So it's a nice thing to really visit countries like this, eat their several of food rather, and then enjoy it to the fullest. Don't allow money to be your problem. There are some places you can even go, just lodge in their hotel and you eat free food for free. Believe you me, no. Truth be told,
Yeah, of course.
like there's a way you pay for
Your
your
hotel room.
your hotel room, and then I think whatever thing you'll be eating all through your stay is also going to be included. So you use that moment or that opportunity to over you get as a Nigerian.
You see the problem I have with you right now. You just sold yourself out. You just sold yourself out. Anyways, I don't have a problem. That we have the baked crab. It refers to a delicious Bahamian dish made with stuffed crab shells. It's made with cooked crab meat mixed with various ingredients like the bread crumbs, egg, onions, bell peppers, butter, and thyme. The mixture is stuffed back into the crab shell and then baked to a light
Right.
golden brown, often enjoyed as an appetizer. Bahamian baked stuffed crab is drizzled with lemon juice and served with a side steamed rice, vegetables, or baked potatoes.
Oh wow.
This is going to be another meal I think I want to
I
try.
think I would want to try anything baked. I love anything baked.
Can you bake?
Is it my responsibility to
I'm just asking. There are guys who bake.
I don't
Men
bake.
bake. So I don't say it's your responsibility.
I don't
This
bake.
looks very. This looks
Linda, I don't bake.
delicious. Okay. Please tell us the next food. Rock lobster.
That's also known as spiny lobster or crayfish. This rock lobster are among of the most popular types of shellfish in the Bahamas. There are millions of pounds of these clawless, things are caught from the tropical waters of the Bahamas from around, say, August
August
to
till
March
March
every
every year.
year.
So this is actually one of like the time to have it. Like we're in
For
March,
those
of
that
course. So
like
then,
eating stuff like this.
so you don't like eating stuff like this.
No.
Anyways,
Please.
everybody with what he likes. Like I always say, what works for you might not
Will
work for
another
me, of
person,
course.
true.
So then they say one man's food is another man's poison. Then another food we have the chicken sauce.
Mm.
They said the chicken sauce refers to a family of Bohemian clear broth soups. It can be made with different types of meat like pig's feet and sheep's tongue, but the most popular version is made with chicken, limes, potatoes, chili peppers, and all slices. Then chicken sauce is a popular breakfast dish in the Bahamas and touted as a powerful hangover cure. Its restorative properties are attributed mainly to the fresh lime juice and hot chili peppers used in the recipe. This is for
If
you,
it is
Tony.
if it is chicken, I'm in.
Of course, you have to be
Even if
in.
it is
I
raw.
said something here about the chicken sauce is a popular breakfast dish in the Bahamas and touted as a powerful hangover cure. Tony, it was nice doing business with you.
You know, I don't
Today.
like the way you
I
ended
like
that
the
part.
fact that we talked about the Bahamas, and then this is
We'll
a
continue.
meal
We'll continue
for
this
people
discussion in our next show.
to have. And then if you have this, like, you just enjoy your day, like first thing in the morning, your breakfast and all of that. You know what I'm talking about? You know, after, and then you take it after. You understand?
I don't
Anyways, it was
understand.
nice doing business with you, Tony. Nice to have you on the show, actually.
It's nice having you too.
Thank you. To our viewers out there, I hope you had fun with us today talking about the Bahamas. I had fun. Tony did as well.
Extremely.
Please drop your comment on our Facebook page and tell us what you like most about the Bahamas, and tell us the country you want us to tell you about when next we'll be coming on the Midday Show. For that, we think we'll leave you here today, and then just remember that we love you out there. Thank you for staying with us. Have a nice day.